Hey, welcome to Game Dev Weekly. So it's been about 2 weeks since my last video, so let's just catch up and go straight back to where we left off. The 1.3 update came out on the 15th of July, and it didn't go too well. There was quite a few bugs, and for the next week I just spent every single day, sometimes twice a day, to get rid of some of these bugs. Now after that I took an entire week to try and put in as many fixes as possible into one larger patch, which actually worked out pretty well, besides the fact that it did kind of break everything. But this was all for a good reason. And that's because what I did was I changed the way that the fundamentals of the objects react with each other. So the physics reactions between each object is now in way more of a secure system, which is going to, moving forward, cause a lot less issues. This was really, really tough, and I want to say a big thanks to the testing team that helped me through all of these issues, as well as everyone else who has reported bugs. In those 2 weeks that I haven't made a video, the game has also hit over 100,000 sales. This is absolutely insane. I thought when I was going to release the game I'd probably sell maybe, I don't know, like 5,000 copies. So it is really, really awesome that I've hit this. And there is one more milestone that I want to hit this year, and that is 10,000 YouTube subscribers, and we are so close. So if you could please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I don't want to sound like a cringy YouTuber, but there you go. So this is also going to be a bit of a quick video. I haven't really been making any new content for the game. I've just been making fixes. So I'm going to show off a little bit of some fixes and some tiny new features, but not a massive amount. But I will explain a few things that are going to be coming in the future. So to clarify, this isn't me confirming any of this would happen, but it is stuff that I want to be putting into the game and looking at putting into the game in the next few months. So the first thing that I'm going to be looking at is mod support. We've got an amazing modding community in Hydroneer, led by a bunch of really, really skilled modders, and I'm really happy with the stuff they come out with. I think everyone really enjoys it, and it is pretty cool. If you want to check out those mods, there will be a link in the description to the modding page. It'll give you a little bit of information about how to download those mods and how to activate them. Now, Hydroneer doesn't actually have any modding support, so we don't use things like Steam Workshop. There is no in-game mod viewer, and something that I want to work on next is looking at how I can make the lives of modders a little bit easier. Going into this, I have no experience with actually adding in mods to a game. I've worked on mods for a game, but I don't know how to do it from this end, so it's going to take a little bit of figuring out, but I'll probably take you guys along for the journey with these YouTube videos on that one. The next thing I'm going to be looking at is a screenshot camera. I was really inspired by the camera in No Man's Sky, so I'll probably look at doing something similar, where you can kind of pan around and change the time of day and change some like filters on the camera. I think that'll look really cool. So that's the next thing I'll be looking at. Another thing that I want to put into Hydroneer in the future is I want to look at controller support. I've really enjoyed playing games recently with this controller, and I think it will be really, really good fit into Hydroneer. I'm also going to be adding in one large game system into Hydroneer as well in the future. It's some really cool stuff that we started prototyping this week, and it'll be ready for me to talk about and go through the development of that in a few weeks. Anyway, here is a couple things from this week. This bug was the first one that actually popped up when the 1.3 update came out, and I probably should have picked it up in my testing. And the reason it didn't is because all of the new trucks use exactly the same code. So when testing it out, I was only testing out one truck, and it was not the yellow one, although that is my favorite color on the trucks of the new ones. But the bug went under the radar completely. What happened here was I accidentally plugged in the wrong texture, which made the entire thing glow these crazy colors. So when you jump in the truck, instead of turning on the light, it turns on the bright texture color that isn't really meant to be there. It was a quick fix, and a lot of people were actually quite disappointed that it left the game. A lot of people seem to enjoy the glow truck. What I'm working on today is just a quick little update. By the time the video is out, this would have gone live. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm making it so when you split a dirt chunk like so, it'll also work for coins. So you can see here, I can split the coins in half just like this. I also wanted this functionality to work on the saw as well, just to make it convenient. This has been a quality of life request for a while now, and I'm really happy to be putting it in the game. I basically just took the code from the pickaxe, allowed it to work on the coins, and then copied that over to the saw. It really wasn't too hard, and people seem to be really enjoying it so far. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get these videos a little bit earlier than anyone else, then head over to my Patreon link below. For a minimum tier of $2, you can get these videos a couple days early. A big thank you to my patrons as always, and I will see you all next week. Good boy. Good boy, you're the best boy. You're the best boy.